Yeah. We don't know why. The last time I had it, we just do. I said, "I just showed you. Got to show me a bus." She said, "I think we're going to watch." There's my. I said, "Okay, I can see that we're going on." I was like, "Okay, well, there's the deer." Yeah, jumped right out of her shoes.
That's pretty common with people that have something. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. I'm going to call the May 5th Board of Commission meeting to order. Today, we're going to have the prayer by Commissioner Sarkella and the pledge by Commissioner Healy.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, for the opportunity to gather in a free country. We're especially grateful for our friends and neighbors that we serve, and we ask that you would be with us in our meeting today and give us sound minds to make thoughtful decisions. And we pray for our farmers. And also, Lord, I believe yesterday was Firefighter Recognition Day, and we are most grateful, Lord, for our first responders. Be with them in the duties that they perform for us. And all this we ask in your Son's most precious name. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Leslie, roll call, please.
District 1 Chairman John Block.
Present.
District 2 Commissioner Roger Ballard.
Here.
District 3 Commissioner Gary Heberling.
Here.
District 4 Commissioner Bill Sarkella.
Present.
District 5 Commissioner Christine Lee. Here. District 6 Commissioner Evans Ehart.
Here.
District 7 Commissioner John Moody.
Present.
Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
If there are no corrections or deletions to today's agenda, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Support. I have a motion by Commissioner Lee, support by Commissioner Ballard to adopt the agenda as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Agenda is adopted. With that done, I'll entertain a motion to approve our meeting minutes from April 20th.
I'll make a motion to approve our April 21st, 2026 minute meetings.
I have a motion by Commissioner Heberling, support by Commissioner Sarkella to approve our meeting minutes from April 21st. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Next up is correspondence. We received that from Jody through email the other day. We're going to move into commissioner reports, and we'll start with Commissioner Ballard today.
Okay, on the 22nd, I attended a special meeting of the Marlette Township Board in conjunction with the City of Marlette Council. And that was to go over and review a recreational intergovernmental operating agreement. They both had a couple of minor changes that they wanted to make, but they did reach a substantial agreement. So that will move on, and that is in regards to a parks millage that the township and City of Marlette will have on their August ballot. Last night I was at the City of Marlette. They had a public meeting on the drinking water revolving fund for lead line replacement, a project in Marlette. It's potential $1.4 million project. They passed a resolution regarding that. They approved the city manager's attendance at 2 conferences this upcoming summer. And they also approved hiring a part-time DPW worker, which is a former full-time employee for 24 hours a week through the summer season to help keep the town looking good. That's the end of my report.
Okay, thank you, Roger. Gary?
I attended the Sandusky City Council last night, and I'll go through some of the things they discussed and voted on. Acknowledge that the Big B Coffee restaurant, I guess you call it, east of Sandusky here is moving forward to the reconstruction and moving along very quickly. As I stated in our last meeting, the State Aeronautics Committee is going to be visiting the Sandusky Airport on May the 20th, and that's at 10 a.m. and we're all invited. I just wanted to pass that on. Sandusky's starting their yearly audit with Yo and Yo. They're doing an aerial by Comcast for updates, and they're starting wage study for one union contract. And there was a lot of discussion last night. As you know, they're short a couple policemen in their force, and there was a lot of discussion, good input, a lot of vetting, and they are going to start vetting the 4 people, I believe, that have applied for that job, and they're going to pick 2. And they discussed going to the Oakland University for the police training. And and talked about the costs and how they're gonna take care of that. So, actually, after the meeting, public comment, that was one of the better meetings I've ever been to by an organization. They did a great job, and especially with the, how they went about, deciding how to hire the people, the pay and there was a lot of, input in there, so that was good. Tonight, I have Watertown Township meeting, and, tomorrow night is normally Moortown Township meeting on Wednesday night following the Sandusky meeting, and they did cancel it, until next Wednesday for the simple reason they were anticipating having voting tonight. So, a couple months ago, they put that off and they did. So if you're going to Moortown, it's not till next week. In my report. What's that?
You got park.
Oh, that's on my next report.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Thank you, Gary. Bill?
How did that meeting compare to our meetings?
Walter Snapper is good as.
All right, I'm just wanting to make sure that.
That was a dumb
I
question.
just want to say, Bill asked the question that I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah, you're all thinking the same thing. Best meeting you've ever been to? Well, just checking.
I'll just be quiet. Yeah, it was a good meeting. Yeah.
Okay, I was at a good meeting last night in Applegate, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
So they have, have a citizens engagement committee that they formed there to conduct the surveys on what the citizens are looking for, and the community came up with some good results from that. Mostly aesthetic things, along with improving their park access that they have there. Some discussion on zoning blight, and then their fire chief, Wayne Zanders, submitted his letter of retirement. And lastly, they had their pancake breakfast Sunday, served 560 people. So pretty significant number there for them, and a good fundraiser for the fire department. That's all I have.
Very good. Thank you, Bill. Christine?
I was at Elk Township meeting and the fire department has a school public relation event with the school they partner with. They're waiting on 3 grants that's pending for the fire department. They got a grant from Semco for 4 iPads for the fire trucks. And their breakfast, they served 185 and they made $5,133. That was their first breakfast that they had. And they were handing out pamphlets for their millage for the fire. Also, at the meeting, they had 5 bids for cemetery mowing, and they awarded the bid to Toll's Lawn Care. The representative from the road commission was there, and they were confused about what roads were done last year in their township and whatever. And so they got that straightened out how they want it, so they know what roads were done. And then they discussed hall rentals for their rental halls, the prices and stuff. And that is it.
Okay, thank you, Christine. I fielded a few phone calls from constituents about Delaware and Minden Township, some minor zoning issues I helped them out with. That's all I have. Evan?
Yeah, I've been in a few phone calls to constituents about complaining about the Mercury Fiber Company going through and not cleaning up their mess they leave behind. I've been getting a few of those. I've talked to Nathan about it, and we're trying to track down who's at fault and who's going to be fixing these certain issues that are coming.
On a positive note with Mercury though, right? Like they're kind of installing some fiber internet in parts of the county that we don't have any access to anything good right now, though, right? Like down in your guys'.
Well, I just got a call yesterday saying it was ready for my house now, so.
Okay. Did you guys have was there any internet providers in your area? So this is at least that.
I've had Starlink for the last few years.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch to Mercury though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not complaints that, people are getting internet, it's complaints that they're not.
How they're not
cleaning
cleaning
up
up the mess.
And it's, and even my yard, they've left sheets of plywood covering up some dirt holes that they dug up, and is it my plywood now? Are you gonna come back and pick up your plywood?
It's definitely your plywood now.
I know, it's gonna be on the fire pit.
Think of
in a
the
second.
bird house that you.
So, yeah.
Very good. Thank you, Evans.
Yep.
John?
I have no report. I have mine are next week and the week after that.
Okay, very good. I appreciate everyone's commissioner reports. Nathan, your administrator report, please.
Yeah, to further the discussion that Evans had, he did reach out to me. I in turn called Rob Falls from the road commission after doing some research into kind of permitting on that stuff. And Rob and I had a discussion. He did say, and I think he mentioned working with the board previously when Highline started this, and there were some issues with some of the work they were doing. And he said it is the balance of getting this area equipped with fiber internet and making sure that the work that they're doing is up to par. And he did say they do some permitting and approval process. So he said he would relay to his folks to talk to Mercury about the concerns that constituents are having, I guess, with the work that's being done. So hoping that, I let Evans know, hoping that there's a resolution there, because I myself had received a telephone call from a concerned citizen as well. So
Very good.
we'll see. Thursday, Commissioner Sarkella and I attended Coastal Resiliency Seminar at the BOC Meeting in Port Sanilac. It was a good training. It was put on by the MCOG, the Eastern Michigan Council of Governments, and there was a lot of discussion about some of the coastal erosion taking place. A lot of discussion specifically in Port Sanilac about the break wall and kind of the sand that's building up near the break wall there. So some very good discussions, some opportunities for grants. Commissioner Sarkella and I talked to some folks about some things, and he had some good ideas, and I can let him share some of that if he wants, but we'll see where all that goes in the future. There's, as you guys have seen, some continued talk at the state level about property tax reform, and ironically, Representative Alexander's here today. A lot of talk about it. I think there's some differing views on how to accomplish some of those things on both sides. The governor's got some ideas too, so we'll see what kind of fleshes out as things move forward. I think it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like, or if anything can be agreed upon, I guess. So last thing, I had some discussions with the Guardian's office in regards to, we've got two great staff members who go above and beyond in that office, but just really looking at what the expectations should be for that office and how far expectations are for them in regards to what they do for people and transportation and moving people. And they, like I said, they go above and beyond and do a lot of things. I just think sometimes things are a bit outside the norm of what others do. So I told them, I said, let's look at some other Guardians offices and compare what we do with what they do and kind of hone in on what typical expectations should be. So unfortunately, the more you do, the more that'll get sometimes dropped in your lap. And I think that's what they're seeing.
Hats off to them. They apparently there's a real good possibility of certified guardianship coming down the pipe. And they went ahead and took training here in the last month or so, and both passed. They said they had some sleepless nights worrying about whether or not they survived it or not, and they both did pass. So hats off to them for going ahead and stepping up and doing that.
Thanks for sharing that, Roger. That's good to hear that they went ahead and, got ahead of the bus as far as that certification.
Those two girls are very dedicated to that job. Very.
Yes, can't say enough about their work. And that's all I have.
Okay, any questions for Nathan? Seeing none, Nathan, we appreciate your administrator report. Next up on the agenda is public comments pertaining to the agenda. Are there any public comments pertaining to the agenda today? Seeing none, we're going to move on, and that's going to take us right into presentations. And today we have the 2025 MSU Extension Annual Report. Carly, welcome.
Hello.
So Betty Jo passed out the hot off the press, I think just yesterday. They were printed. So this is a kind of a snapshot of some of the highlights from last year here in Sanilac County. So as you'll see in my message on the front cover here, we lost our SNAP Ed grant that we had for about 30 years last year. So our community nutrition instructors were let go at the end of September. So they reached a lot of people. They did a lot of programming with youth and adults and older adults all over the state. So all of our reach is going to be pretty significantly cut. And we're seeing that across the whole state. That's not just here. So I just want to kind of, put that into context. So their programming year and what you'll see reflected here is from January to August. That's when they had to stop programming. So So at the bottom of the first page here, you'll see kind of some data points from 2025. So 1,729 Sanilac County residents attended 281 programs. So those included those held here in the county as well as online or other parts of the state if somebody, traveled to the other side of the state or wherever. In addition, 946 participants attended 44 programs physically held here in Sanilac County. So it's kind of interesting. As I was kind of comparing those numbers from the previous year, we're seeing less participants due to largely what I just shared, but more programs than last year. So less, we're having more program offerings for people, but we're seeing smaller classroom sizes, if that makes sense. In addition, there were 375 one-on-one consultations with Sanilac County residents. Most of those would be through our ag educators when they go out and do farm calls or somebody calls them and asks them a question. There are other situations, but largely that's our ag educators. There were 211 total volunteers here in the county. Most of those would be through the 4-H program, but not all. In addition, 1,302 youth were reached with 4-H programs. So that's not necessarily all 4-Hers that are enrolled in the program. That's other kids who hopefully will be enrolled later on in the year. So on the next page, this kind of talks a little bit more about the 4-H program and what Mary Hayden focused on last year, or some of the highlights. So one of the 4-H's is hands to larger service, and that highlights that service aspect of the program. So as you can see, they did a lot of outreach to long-term care facilities, nursing homes, things like that. Mary also does a lot of programs with homeschool groups. So they meet at the public libraries across the county. She's in several of them and she's had lots of success. So it's a great meeting spot, community location spot for those groups. And they do what we call SPIN clubs, which is special interest clubs. So they meet typically once a week for 6 weeks and focus on a different either topic or skill, life skill that they're building. They do a lot of stuff with robotics and kind of coding and engineering and stuff like that. I know she's done some stuff with nutrition and cooking and all kinds of things. So Mary Gilbert was the community nutrition instructor here in Sanilac County. She worked with the Deckerville Community Schools Ag Science program a lot last year. She helped them obtain a mini grant to put in raised garden beds at their location there. And she also taught a 6-week hands-on cooking course with the teens there. So they learned how to cook affordable meals and snacks while staying on a budget and things that teens would actually eat. So she reached a total of 50 youth and adults from January to August time period last year. And I do also want to point out that Mary covered Huron County as well. So she was housed here, but kind of split between the two counties. Last year, just in the late fall, we partnered with the city of Sandusky to offer a citizen planner program. So this was a 6-week program that focused on the fundamentals and best practices of planning and zoning. So it was a lot of local government and elected officials. Nathan just shared that he attended that program. We also had some people from outside. I know there was somebody from Caro that attended that as well. So, and I will say that Eric, who organized that, said the city of Sandusky was wonderful to work with, and they really, helped promote that program and advertise locally. So most of our educators, I should say all of our educators, have more of a regional or even a statewide appointment. So that includes our field crops team. So you can see some of the outreach that they did here at the top of page 3. Thumb Ag Day is held every December in Ubley, and it had 101 attendees last year, despite there being a massive snowstorm the night before, I should say. So it was pretty good attendance. Usually we have some more, like 150-ish, but still, regardless of the snowstorm. So that pulls from all over the region, the Thumb area as well. Wheat Field Day was held in Sebring last year and had about 30 in attendance. And the Crop and Pest Update was in Bad Axe last year and had 85 people attend. There were also, you can read a little bit more about the different research trials that were held here in Sanilac County as well. We also have several faculty on campus with extension appointments. So a percentage of their time is dedicated to extension programming and outreach while they're housed on campus still. And we have other specialists that kind of have a different arrangement like that too. They do a lot of these research trials, and they're also guest speakers at a lot of the programs that we have up here that are educators that are housed here in the Thumb. They organize. We also have partnerships with several commodity groups, and a lot of those, we work with them to employ some of our staff in the Ag Institute. Some of these are the Michigan Bean Commission, the specialist, our dry bean specialist, Scott Bales. That's a partnered position with the Michigan Bean Commission, Michigan Sugar, Michigan Wheat, all kinds of different commodities. So there were 8 sugar beet trials throughout the Upper Thumb region, which we call Huron, Sanilac, and Tuscola counties. There was 1 wheat variety trial and 1 soybean variety trial held here in the county as well. There were a lot of dry bean trials here in Sanilac, and it included about 550 different plots to help inform that research. Our beef feedlot systems educator, Jared Jaborik, he is housed here in the county and in Sanilac. He does have a statewide appointment. So the beef team hosted 8 beef quality assurance trainings, 3 of which were here in the Thumb, and most, if not all of those, would have been held in Kingston. Biagio's is a really nice spot that Jared in particular has a lot of his meetings and programs at. It's a pretty central spot for the Thumb area, so it works out pretty well there. Our health educators also cover a regional area, including Sanilac. So their programs focus mostly on stress management, mental health, falls prevention, chronic disease prevention and management, those types of things. They have a lot of success with virtual programs. They do, of course, have in-person programs around the Thumb, but they see a lot of success with virtual programs. So people can join from wherever. Tai Chi continues to be very popular, especially among older adults. It's really great for balance and falls prevention, which is really impressive considering it's an 18-session series. So it's a pretty big time commitment. They typically meet twice a week for 9 weeks. But we have kind of some groupies, our educators call them, that just keep coming back to them because they love it so much. As I mentioned earlier, our work with the Deckerville schools and their ag science program. So Lori Messing, our food safety educator, she also worked with that group by teaching the students about food preservation methods using the produce from the garden that they raised. So it was really kind of that full circle, how do we use that and preserve it so we have that later on, when it's not prime growing season. So she reached a total of 200 residents through direct food safety education throughout the county, including our Serve Safe classes and other food preservation classes. So that's just a quick snapshot of some of the programs that we held last year. So I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Thank you. You got a busy schedule.
Yeah, well, not me, but the wonderful staff do.
Thank you for all you guys do.
Absolutely.
This is well put together,
Yeah.
Carly. It's
Yeah.
a great way to get a snapshot of what you guys have been up to
Good.
and good information for us. I
Good.
like how you have the local impact part of it, which is important for us as we
Mhm.
delegate
Yeah.
resources.
Absolutely.
Is there somewhere we can find, or see the results of the trials that you've done?
Yes. I don't know where, but I will get that and I can share it with you. It's usually, there's like a publication, like a very thick publication that, for instance, Driving Commission puts out in partnership with Extension, and a lot of those trial results are in there.
The deer damage trial, I'd be interested in
Okay.
the results on that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you, Carly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to conclude presentations for today. We do have some interviews coming up for our Sand Lake County Health Board. And first up in interviews is going to be Dawn Cubitt. Dawn, welcome.
Thank you.
I would say long time no see, but I feel like you were just here.
You know, I have retired after 31 years of my main focus being the health and welfare of Sand Lake County. I need something to do. So this vacancy came to my attention, and I think it would be kind of a good fit for me to be able to help carry on in that capacity with the help of Sand Lake County.
Very good.
If there's any questions for me or?
Any questions for Dawn? Dawn, we certainly appreciate your service to the community and your interest in continuing to serve the
Thank you
community.
so much.
Thank you for being here.
Keep in mind for others.
Well, she's on emergency management.
Well,
Yeah, should we create a list where we just automatically email Dawn?
How busy do you want to be?
yeah.
Just appointed me to the advocate program at the sheriff's office too, so I'm like, okay, we're
I got
gonna
a vacancy in HTC.
work.
Well, you were saying you were
That's a big.
forward.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Board of Public Works.
I don't know if that they do.
And we have one more person interested in our Sand Lake County Health Board, and that's Amanda Mosier, but I see Amanda's not here today, so she will not interview. And that's going to conclude our interviews to boards, and that's going to move us directly into appointments to boards. And we have our Sand Lake County Community Health Board. We have one position available. It's a 5-year term ending 4/15 of 2031. I still think it's crazy to see the 2030s on our agenda. I didn't think we could get there. Well, we're getting there fast. I have two people to enter into nomination, and that'd be Dawn Cubitt and Amanda Mosier. Entertain a motion to enter those two into nomination, and then we will vote with our ballots.
I'll support it.
That was a motion by Commissioner Heberlein, supported by Commissioner Lee, to enter those names into nomination and to vote with our ballots. All in favor of that, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. If you would make your selection, please. Everybody?
Yeah.
We're gonna save you some walking.
It's just so not enough room.
Evans is blocking her off over there.
Leaning back in the chair. We're gonna lock that on you.
Oh,
You'd be sitting all rigid.
oh, no one like that. I'll be taking me and Gary to Tai Chi for.
You and Gary ever go to Tai Chi? I wanna see pictures.
Yeah, we all wanna go.
Be good for you guys.
Yeah.
No, we're too old.
Yeah.
Rubies.
No dancing on the table there, though.
Oh, well.
Can't do that.
It's not dancing, it's just moving and stretching.
Oh, well, yeah, but they would like us to do that. We can't do it. Anymore, yeah.
Unanimous for Dawn Cubitt.
Okay, Dawn, congratulations. You have something else to do. We appreciate your service. All right. Thank you,
Dawn,
Leslie.
you're gonna find that you need meetings in order to remember what day of the week it is, now that you're retired.
And your
Right,
first
and that's
meeting
true.
will be May 19th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, that concluded appointments to boards. I see no need for county commissioner appointments to board or county chair appointments. So that's going to drop us into general resolutions today. And we have a very important one, and that is a resolution proclaiming the month of May Motorcycle Awareness Month. I know we have some members of ABATE here. Would you guys like to come up and tell us a little bit about what you do and why we're doing what we do today? and then we'll do the resolution. Welcome.
Thank you. Do you want to tell me what? This is on the tenth. So this is more of us thanking you. This is our 8th year doing this, and we stand before you again with Motorcycle Awareness Month. So far this month, there have been several fatalities already, with 2 yesterday. So unfortunately, here we are asking people to look twice, save a life. And this year, we just wanted to lead with a sincere thank you, because again, this is something that is near and dear to our hearts. And I've grown up with motorcycles and raised by bikers, Roger. Since I was 10 years old.
You turned out fine.
And now I'm raising my child who's in this lifestyle and world. And it's scary. People don't look. So again, thank you. And we realize this isn't just a piece of paper or a formal vote. It's tradition that proves Sanilac County looks out for its own. Your ongoing commitment to look twice, save a life, and keep our riders safe is a partnership we truly value. We know you have a full plate today, so we'll keep it brief. Thank you for having our backs for nearly a decade. We're starting to think you guys actually like us.
Don't get carried away.
No, I'm sad. So here's to looking forward to a safe season and many more years to come. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You guys want, I'll come up and read the resolution. You guys up here? Fine. We appreciate what you do. Some of us on this board are motorcyclists ourselves, and we fully understand the dangers of riding on the road. Come on over here. So this resolution is proclaiming the month of May Motorcycle Awareness Month. Whereas the county of Sanilac has many citizens who are concerned about motorcycle safety while touring, during recreation and daily transportation. And whereas the month of May is nationally recognized month of motorcycles become more prevalent on our streets. The need to be more aware of their presence is of the utmost urgency. And whereas due to the Pure Michigan advertising campaign and the modification of the Michigan helmet law, many out-of-state riders be visiting our state and using our roads. And whereas an overwhelming number of car versus motorcycle accidents could be avoided with due regard, respect, and awareness of motorcycles on the streets and intersection of this county of Sanilac, and whereas the inclusion of motorcycle awareness provided by a Bay of Michigan is a distinct part of the driver education curriculum, and motorcycle rider education programs will help to promote safety, safe driving, and motorcycle riding practices. And whereas it is in the interest of the community and the citizens of Sanilac County to note the increase in the amount of motorcycle traffic as we enter the warm months to enable the reduction of accidents and injuries involving motorcyclists. Now therefore be resolved that this 5th day of May, 2026, the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby proclaim the month of May as Motorcycle Awareness Month in the county of Sanilac. So again, thank you for what you guys do. Typically, we get a picture with them and the whole board. Is that something that we can do today, Eric? If everybody stand up and. Sure. You want to hold that?
Better go around by the time out there.
You have time.
Yeah.
What is that?
You can, is it photo bomb? Yeah. Or just throw your head up there.
Okay. Take a step forward.
She goes, oh, yeah.
And then you.
Simon says,
Mom's got us.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
our county clerk also writes, her and her husband, right, Carly.
Keep moving, Gary.
Okay, right here, that's good, yeah. Need to-
Evans.
Evans. Bill.
One of these years.
Right here.
Bill. Oh, guys. Oh, Bill.
Yeah, John. Yeah.
We gotta get Leslie in there too.
Yeah, you're right.
Right back here. No,
Not yet.
Bill. Oh.
Pay attention. You think you're riding your motorcycle?
Right here, Bill.
Thank you. And one more. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for appreciate being here today. In spite of my joke.
I took-
Appreciate being here today. That's all right. I knew you could.
Hey, Greg.
Hey.
Good team.
After you. Thanks, Sean. And Gary.
How'd they know that was coming?
We just can never plan a group picture without Christine or it will not turn out well. She takes good care of us.
I want to see everybody's face.
We have a resolution offered by myself as their support. I have support from Commissioner Ballard. Is there any discussion?
I just want to say, I ride a very large, bright red motorcycle with very bright LED headlights. And it amazes me how people will still pull out in front of me. You have to be on the defense all the time.
I'll get you one of these years, Roger.
You know. Yeah, but every year it gets scarier out there. I was real glad to hear that the state police are doing extra distracted driving patrols. In my opinion, they could probably designate a car in every district and pay for it if they write tickets and enforce the law. Because they say 300 people died in the last 5 years. I think that's probably just a guess.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people talking on phones.
We all see the distracted driving
Yeah.
when we're driving, right? And you're 100% right, Roger. And to be on a motorcycle without that steel cage around you and the airbags, you're at such a disadvantage. Yet motorcycling is such an important thing to many people's lives and they deserve the right to do it. And there really should be more done and to get people to get the phones out of the hands. And I know the state has done what they can in that regard, but just on an individual basis, people need to be more responsible and respectful. And the extra 5-10 seconds of you trying to ram to your job or whatever it is certainly not worth somebody else's life. So,
Yeah.
I guess with all that said, Leslie, a roll call vote, please.
Chairman Blunt.
Yes.
Vice Chair Ballard.
Yes.
Commissioner Heberly.
Yes.
Commissioner Moody.
Yes.
Commissioner Lee.
Yes.
Commissioner Sarcella.
Yes.
Commissioner Evert.
Yes.
Thank you, Leslie. Resolution is adopted.
Thank you.
Those are
You're
great.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
You hear that out in the hallway?
Yeah, I thought it was breaks
Some
outside.
mother's trying to force their kid to go to a commissioner meeting.
It's because that kid heard you were here.
I was gonna say, that's your wife.
All right, well, that's going to conclude resolutions today. So that's going to move us into committee reports. And today we're going to start out with Commissioner Moody.
I had, medical care facility last week. There wasn't a whole lot on the agenda. The administrator gave a report, some of the updates on some of the stuff that they've done in there. They're redoing some floors and some showers. Next week, they're hosting, the Sand Lake County Chamber of Commerce at their facility. Also next week is nursing home week. And then I also had 911 on last Tuesday. We got an update on the digital upgrade in the county that's going on. All the fire departments are done. Marlette and Crowdville EMS have had their radios transferred over, and Sanilac and all the law enforcement is going to be coming up shortly. Our new Mevo kit, which is a 911 case that can be taken anywhere in the county. That's here now in operational. And they have one opening right now. If anybody knows anybody who would like to work in the 911 center, then send them their way. And I had emergency management on Wednesday. We went over the 302 binder, which is a binder that they have at the emergency management office and 911 center that talks about, it has a list of all the different chemicals that are at all the major factories and stuff in our county. And that's all I have for meetings. But this week is National Corrections Officers Week.
Want to give a big shout out to the men and women that work over there at the jail right now. They have a very tough job that they do for the citizens of Santa County, and they do an amazing job while when they're have to be at work.
Very good. Well said, John. Thank you for the report. Evans?
Nothing new, but I'm still on the lookout for, again, a new board member for HTC through Santa County. They gotta be from the commercial sector, so if anyone knows anybody who might be interested, please send them my way.
So commercial sector, so just anybody that's like business related?
No, someone who'd be getting, like, almost using the services that HTC would provide, or like pushing the services.
Okay.
So,
All right. Very good. You have anything else?
no, maybe it.
Okay, thank you, Evans. Commissioner Heberlein and myself had a county planning commission meeting after our last BOC meeting. It was pretty boilerplate, PA 116 applications, things of that nature. And then this morning, Nathan and I met and did a deep dive on his contractual his employment contract. That is something that I'm going to continue to review. That will then land at a personnel meeting for Gary and I to review together before it lands at the full board, which everybody could anticipate, I believe, will be maybe middle of June when that happens, by the time we get that all taken care of. Just want everybody to know that that was happening. And if anybody has any questions or concerns about any of those things, feel free to reach out to me in the meantime. So that's all I had. Christine?
That house in Brown City was tore down and the lots looks nice.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you, Christine. Bill?
Transportation met, they had another food drive at their facility there, which has been very well received, because they let them drive right through the building. So with the volunteers, they can, even if the weather's inclement, they can still pull the drive off on the day of schedule. And they served over 300 vehicles on that particular day. Jeff and Carrie attended a rural management training. And one of the things that came up there is suggested that we enter into a cross-county agreement with the counties around us. So then there's not any issues if we're taking a bus into another county. It's something that's already been discussed and approved. We're scheduled to have 8 buses transferred over to propane, and that should save us about $27,000 in fuel costs for the year. And state funding is still a discussion. Greg already left for local bus operating. Where they're discussing it could be around 33%. When Santa Ana Transportation started, it was actually funded at state level at 70%. I can tell you how low it's gone over the years, but at least they're trying to creep it back up a little bit. And then we did sign the ISD contract because Santa Ana Transportation does provide busing for the ISD over and above what they have on staff for themselves. And then just quickly, the Eagle thing that Nathan and I attended was a Michigan Coastal Management Program, and it's grant funding that's available for issues we have around the county with coastal access along with erosion and so forth. So one of the things we discussed, and I actually wrote a quick grant, potentially one of the issues that around us, particularly where I'm at, is the county has access to all of our roads that go to the lake. And in a lot of cases, they're inaccessible because of the way the terrain has been, or maybe somebody's built their trophy home and they think they own that right away, which they don't. And also high water, we're allowed to access along the lakefront itself. But in any event, one of the things they do is in their programming is they provide natural easement, so to speak, to get access to the water. So as an example, where we are at Custer Road, when you go down there, some days the path might be nice and smooth, and other days, it's an easy walk, and other days, because of what the weather's done to it, you got to be a billy goat to get down to the lake if you want. And so what they've done in other areas of the state, we looked at some of their samples, is they'll take that right away and they'll make it all natural with native plants to the state, and then they'll have a path that they make that's somewhat permanent. They fence it off with some snow fence to keep the sand in place, and then that allows you a regular access to the water. Because I know one of the things in the county is, we have our county parks, and that's really about it for access to the lake. Right now, everything in Lexington's closed. Sanilac there's a little park in Port Sanilac on the north end of town that a lot of folks don't know about. And then the North Breakwall with the sand there, which was a discussion as well as our meeting, but that sand is always moving because it's churned up by what the water does. Because originally, if anybody mature enough and can remember when the breakwall was initially put there, it was all water up to the breakwall. When you walked out of that north parking lot, before the parking lot was here, it would water all the way out. Now there's a beach that goes out almost to the first step up. That beach shouldn't be there. And what it's doing is it's washing sand over the top and filling in where they dredge to put the boats in and out.
Okay.
So a combination of, and really, it's an area that they couldn't address because it's more Army Corps. You got, Army Corps, when the Army Corps is involved, you got to go through all their permitting process to be able to do anything. So what we looked at was wrote just a quick suggestion to maybe make the end of our roads a little more accessible. So we'll see what happens. I mean, if they provide money for it, great. If they don't.
I think it's a great idea, Bill. And
Yeah.
it's been something that's been discussed before. And because people, if you were able to get that grant and they were able to do that, there'd be more awareness and availability for people to utilize that.
Mhm.
Because right now people go down and they look at the mess that the end of the road is.
Right.
And then, am I allowed to be in here or not? But if it was defined by, doing what you're talking about, we'd get more usage out of it.
Because I know the lakeshore campgrounds, I know Leslie Camps, you guys go a lot over to Evergreen. We hit Lexington a couple times a year, and when we go take a walk around, it's always amazing how busy it is on the north side of that park and how many people are using the pavilion and the access that's there, which is still somewhat limited, but it gets a lot of use when the weather allows us to be there. So we'll see what happens. If we hear back from them, it'll be good news.
Very good.
I put John Moody as the contact for them, so.
Excellent choice.
What I've been doing for everything.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Bill. Excellent report. Gary?
Hey,
Thank you.
one question, Bill, on, regarding the buses. Do you have any idea what the cost was to convert them or is gonna be?
It was all covered by a grant.
Is it? Oh, okay,
Yes.
good. Good.
Yes.
Maybe you said that and I missed it.
No, I didn't.
Okay. It's on you then.
You want to get your motorcycle converted? Is that what you're after?
Nothing,
Propane bike.
nothing like gasoline.
There's a sound to it, right, Roger?
Yeah,
You burn it just
Yeah.
right.
and if you wanna go faster, put rec fuel in it.
There you go.
More miles per mile.
Anything good for us, Gary?
Yeah, thank you, John. So, couple things I want to, bring forward today. First of all, 2 weeks ago, we had our BOC meeting. And, we approved and looked at putting fencing in front of the animal shelter. And, Bill and I and Nathan, we had to get a cost on that. And we also talked about, finishing the landscaping behind the building. Nathan got back with us. We got a price on it. We're moving forward with that.
Okay.
And, so, Jeremy Bender is taking care of that. So,
Gary, just real quick, I mean, while you're on buildings and grounds, what's left at animal control? Just the fencing and like some yard?
fencing and then, the back, if you remember the knoll, the hill.
It was like a little berm of dirt there.
Yeah, and as Nathan brought up the fact, and I'd actually went and seen it probably before I talked to Nathan and Bill, there's some water laying there. And we gotta get rid of the water and dry up to do that. There's another little task there to do to put a new pipe in what was draining. It got crushed somehow. So Jeremy's gonna take care of all that.
Okay.
And that was the landscaping, that was in the price of this contract to start with, so I got that right.
Is there a sign on the building yet?
There's gonna be a sign.
Okay.
Yep, definitely.
It's gonna be a sign on, like just a sign out by the road, right?
Yes.
Okay.
By the driveway, some bushes by the building. The gravel that's here, we're just extending that to the ditch. The intent was to put grass here, but it's such a small piece, and that way we can put the fence to keep folks from driving through, but then the fence will be decorative and won't have grass underneath it, so it won't require maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
It'll have a nice finished look and,
You're speaking my language when you say less maintenance.
less maintenance,
Less
right?
maintenance.
Yeah. Time management, right?
Yeah, well, very good. We appreciate your guys.
I got one more thing though.
Yeah, go
Okay,
for it.
so,
Aren't you done yet?
no. Well, you said last meeting I could stop and then start over. B part, okay. All right. So, tonight I have Parks Board meeting. And, as I reported before, the Lexington Park, we're applying for a grant to put a new bridge in and some other things. We're moving forward with that. Also Evergreen cleaned out some, trees to add, more camper sites, in that respect. And then, I wanted to read this, one more thing. Actually, Roger sent it to, our Parks Board. And, it's in the biannual volume 1, fall and winter 2026. And on page 11 and 8 of that report, they really highlighted, the Evergreen Park and all the thing that's been done with that. And, if I can just stop and say this, I know some people will get after our different, organization, our community that we, that participate throughout the county and give us a hard time sometimes, but I want to say this. I'm not a newbie on the Parks Board anymore, I guess, right? I've been here 4 years, but I really want to compliment the former, members of that committee and the work they did. And clearly, I hear all the time about our parks, what a great job is done. I'd like to take some credit for that, but I really can't. And as new members, because the former members that run that have done a great job, and I'm really proud of our parks. And Carly, you probably hear the same thing, with MSU. People say, well, we could do more. Why didn't we do this? And we do it with the cards we're dealt with, right? And but I want to thank Roger and the former members that used to serve in that committee. They've done a great job, and they set things in motion to move this forward for years to come. So,
Is there an update on the electrical work being done?
pardon me,
An update on the electrical work being done
At Forrester?
at Forrester?
Forrester.
It was at 18 sites.
What do you mean by
The
that?
electrical work that was.
Oh, that's being, let me see. The
Okay.
guy was, I think that's got to be done by the end of May.
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
I talked to Doug, I think it was.
What's that?
I talked to Doug, I believe he went out and looked at things and it was completed.
So they got it done before they opened.
Yeah.
That worked out good.
We're gonna find out tonight, but yeah.
Yeah, there's already seasonal campers. Campers parked
Put
there.
it all weekend.
Good deal.
I was at Evergreen this weekend and it was beautiful. They've done a very nice job.
That was, you didn't say who that newsletter was. That was Row Engineering. The company that did all the engineering on that last project.
You sent that to all of us.
Yeah.
That booklet.
Yeah, they did a real nice write-up and some nice, really great photographs. They should try and get them on the website for Evergreen.
Yeah, thanks. for sharing
Their
that.
drone photos.
That's your job tonight, Gary.
What's that?
That's your job tonight.
Yeah, because you're not gonna be there.
Right.
Okay.
And keep the meeting short.
If you pay me a little extra money, I'll say a few more of these things too.
Very good. Well, thank you for the good report, Gary. Appreciate it. Roger?
Oh, let's see. I had a community mental health board meeting on the 21st. Normal report approvals. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. The numbers there are up, probably, I think, a little over 50%. And that is in part due to the CCBHC grant that they received. Accessibility is much easier now. Nobody gets denied service. So that's a big plus for our community. Pam Bowerman, who is their IT person down there, he was named Staff of the Year, which that's a pretty huge thing for those employees down there. If you don't know Pam, she is our mechanical inspector's wife, Eric Bowerman. So that was good for her. On the 27th, I attended Greg's meet and greet at the Marlow Township Hall. I was hoping he was going to stick around. I reached out to a Tuscola County commissioner regarding the Amish bridge. The DNR has been having meetings on that with Tuscola County. Eagle is involved now. Whether or not that's a good thing, I don't know. But nothing new really to report. There's meetings going on and at least it's being discussed.
Good.
That's all I have.
Good. Thank you, Roger.
Yep.
Appreciate everyone's committee reports. See no need for unfinished business, so that's going to move us directly into new business today. And that's going to start out with FA 070-26, approval of current claim.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the payment of current claims identified on the accounts payable report dated April 28th, 2026 for the general bank account in the amount of $252,099.57.
Forward. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkeller, supported by Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Next up is FA 071-26, budget adoptions, amendments, appropriations, and transfers.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the following amendments and establishes the following accounts as listed.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarkeller, supported by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Next up is FA 072-26, adoption of the amended cash handling policy.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby adopts the amended cash handling policy as listed.
Support. I have a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Next up is FA 073-26, and that's an approval of a law enforcement services agreement for the sheriff's office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves a non-expiring agreement for contractual law enforcement services between the Township of Washington and the Sand Lake County Sheriff's Office, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the necessary agreement.
Support.
I
don't know.
Was that Roger?
Nope.
It was Gary.
It was Gary. I got a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Heberlin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 074-26, authorization to purchase security and lighting package for the sheriff's office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes the installation and purchase of security and lighting package to the new 2025 Chevrolet Express 3500 15-passenger van from Arrowhead up Fitters, Clio, Michigan, at a cost not to exceed $12,361 with funding from the U.S. Marshals Service contract.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 075-26, approval of early voting agreement for the county clerk's office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the agreement for election services between the County of Sand Lake and municipalities for the purpose of operating a joint early voting site.
Support.
A motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Ballard. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 076-26, authorization to purchase radios for 911 dispatch.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes the 911 director to purchase 2 additional radios from Thumb Radio Incorporated at a cost not to exceed $11,420 for the purpose of more redundancy on the microwave links to enhance connectivity with funding from the 911 millage.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Next up is FA 077-26, acceptance of grants from information and technology.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby accepts the fiscal year 2023 state and local cybersecurity grant program subaward of $310,630 and the fiscal year 2024 subaward grant of $176,980.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Lastly, today, we have NFA 008-26, and that is the acceptance of the 2025 MSU Extension Annual Report.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby accepts the 2025 MSU Extension Annual Report as presented. Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Heberlin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. That's going to conclude new business today, so we're going to move into general public comments. Are there any general public comments today?
Me again. I just have one quick thing. I'm under the impression that this was sent out to all the counties, so I don't know exactly who got it, but since with the change of the terms for county commissioners from 2 to 4, we, instead of doing a new commissioner school, we partnered with MAC to do what they're calling County Commissioner Midterm Essentials.
I got the email.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a reminder. So there's 2 options, 2 programs. They're 10 to 3, June 10th in Greeley and October 7th in East Lansing. So it does come with 2 credits for the MAC County Commissioner Academy. So.
Thank you. Thank you, Carly. Any further public comments today? Seeing none, we're going to move on. I see no need for closed session or approval of closed session minutes. So unless there's something else to come before the Board of Commissioners today, I
Make a
want
motion to adjourn. Support.
we have a motion to adjourn at 1:59. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.